Follow Kiss Mommy Goodnight.
Thank you for supporting Kiss Mommy Goodnight. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Good evening, everybody. Thank you so much for watching this video, for tuning in to Kiss Mommy Goodnight. I appreciate all the love and support. And also the comments that I'm getting from people. I have people like telling me stuff they like, don't like, and suggestions. And I definitely love that. So I appreciate it. I welcome all of it. So today right now, I'm here by myself and I want to talk about being a mother in general. Sorry, being a mother in general, and being a mother to kids with special needs, and that is a very vague statement. Special needs, that's a very broad spectrum. It could be that can be many different things. So I'm gonna explain my kids, like briefly, vaguely, their special needs. But yeah, being a mom in general is pretty hard. Being a stay-at-home mom, a single mom, a working mom, a mom who does have a partner. Either way, it's hard because mothers are usually the dominant parent. That's not always, but they're the caregivers. So they're looked to when you're sick or when you want to eat, when you're hungry, when you're dirty, when you fell and you cut your knee. Moms are like always on duty and shit. But I specifically can only really talk about like being a single mother right now because it's been a while since I've been a single mother for a while now. With my husband, he was supportive. He would come home with boxes of diapers and he would help change diapers and do the dishes and take the kids outside or tell me, yeah, go get your nails done and I'm gonna hang out with the kids for a while and or take the kids outside. He took Liv out to Dorney Park one time. He was gone all day long and I was pregnant as hell and I couldn't sleep for like 2 days. And so it was a different experience having a partner. It was still hard. And not a sense where hard like, oh, I can't do it, but hard like you have to constantly grow. As a parent you can't be stagnant. So but having a support system was a very different experience than being a single mother. um I don't want to say the word hard. I don't like the word hard. I want to say challenging. Okay, and being a single mother is a little bit more challenging than being a mother with a support system or being a mother with your other half. It's you're like 24/7. There's nobody else. If you're sick and you're fucking puking and you don't have a support system and you're throwing up nonstop and you have two kids, you still have to find a way to get up and cook that food and make them something to eat and put the TV on for them and change a diaper every couple of hours. So it's definitely hard, challenging. And my kids do have special needs. Um, my son is 5. He is was diagnosed with a child um, with special needs. That's how I'm gonna say it. A child with special needs, a child on the spectrum. When he was 3, like about to be 3, he's very smart. He's very mischievous. He's very, 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 very curious. He's very hyperactive. He's always like physical touch, like sensory seeking. Like he's always grabbing, squeezing, trying to jump, swinging. We have like the sensory swing in the house, swinging or like needing to hit something or throw something or he's very, very hands on. He's very smart. He's very, very smart. He's very happy and loving and caring. And my daughter, she's 2.5. She was diagnosed as also a child with special needs, a child on the spectrum. I want to say a little bit before 2, but I can't remember really the exact date. But they both received services. My daughter is very different from my son. She's extremely sensitive and gets very overwhelmed easily by her environment. She has like bad meltdowns where she like picks her skin to the point where she bleeds and like where she'll scream so hard for so long like her nose will start bleeding and so she's very sensitive. She doesn't like if like she goes to the park and the kids like running, they're not even running towards her, but they're running in her direction. She'll freak out about things like that. She doesn't play in the park with other children. She'll like swing the whole time, or maybe we'll be there for an hour. She's swinging, and then she'll go like interact like for a minute or two. But she's not really into like groups of people, um, and like loud noises and like big groups. Yeah, I said that already, but like, what's that? Crowded places that she gets very overstimulated with that. But they're both very, very smart. They're both they're very loving kids. They're very helpful. Like they help me all day long with cleaning and cooking and doing chores in the house. Or like if I'm having a hard mental health day or a hard grief day, I try not to hide too much from my kids. But I also don't want to seem like debilitated. So like, I'll sit down, take a deep breath, have a little cry, whatever, and like my kids will run up to me, both of them right away, and tell me how much they love me and everything's okay. So they're both very empathetic, very very, very, very happy, beautiful, supportive little babies, and they help me so much. Like they literally are my support system. And so being a parent to them is challenging in ways that are I had to be very flexible. I had to be very patient, and as I spoke about before about like growing up with my mom, that's not something that I really was used to, is being patient. So I wasn't always patient. My son got the worst of me in the beginning. I wasn't very patient. It was hard for me to be patient with my kids, and every kid though. This is not just a neurodivergent kid needs you to repeat things over and over again. So the same way I treat my kids is not. It's the same way every child should be treated, like with respect and patience, and flexibility and creativity. Like kids learn very differently. Like they need visual representations of things. They need repetition. Like even an adult person, it takes 6 weeks to form a habit. So why is it that a parent expects their kid to understand how to do something after they show them 2, 3 times? Like you don't think they need 6 weeks to also learn that habit? So that's something I had to get used to, being a parent who I want my kids to grow up and not have trauma, PTSD from their childhood. So patience, 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 repetition, and I had to get a lot of things that helped with their sensory needs. So I had to like make a swing in my house. My son, he just sometimes he just needs to like swing back and forth. Like he'll just like throw his body into the door and do like pull ups or like flip on the thing, and like he'll just like do that for like 45 minutes, an hour straight. And that helps him to calm down, or when he's having like a bad day, or like that definitely helps him to get out some energy, some steam, and some aggression. But his mood is improved the more physical activity that he has. So, like I did a lot of like sensory play with both of them. They were younger, like the buckets with like the different stuff in it, the sand, or like the dry beans, or like the pots of water and the bowls, and like the scooping it into one thing to the other. So just like very just like a patient lifestyle. I think I try to practice gentle parenting and Montessori. Gentle parenting is basically a lot of people think it's passive parenting, where it means like I'm gonna let my kid take advantage of me and walk all over me, but it doesn't mean that. It means that I'm gonna set strict boundaries, but I'm not gonna belittle you or hit you or scream in your face when you don't understand the boundaries and when you cross the boundaries. I'm gonna continue to show you kindly, okay, we don't do it like this, but we do it like this. And that shows in ways like if you tell your kid, no, you can't have more ice cream, and the kid's screaming and crying, you don't have to, smack your kid in the ass or like curse him out or like shut the fuck up. You could just say, no, I can't give you ice cream. I'm sorry that you're upset about that. I love you so much. I know this is upsetting. I know this is frustrating, but you can't have ice cream. It's gonna hurt your belly. I can't allow you to have more ice cream. And you can hug them, and they're gonna cry, they're gonna be upset, but they will get over it. And you didn't have to verbally or physically abuse your children in the process of them getting through that situation. That's literally what gentle parenting is. And Montessori learning is, I can define it in my life as teaching your kids to be self-sufficient. So having everything on the level that they can reach for themselves and get it for themselves as early as possible. Like cleaning up their table, setting their own table, pouring their own cereal, pouring their own cups, organizing, having the toys in a nice open layout, so they can organize it very clearly and very easily place things back where they belong. You teach your kids like organization and self-sufficiency very early. So that was something I always did with my kids, and I feel like it helped them along their journey because it taught them responsibility and it also distract them. It distract them from all these sensory issues that they're having because they were focused. And when you're focused on something, you know you don't you don't get distracted as easily. I guess that's how I felt, and that's what I did, and that's what works for me. Um, I also helped them with their meltdowns, like I just, like I said, getting down to their level and like telling them I love them. I'm here for you. I'm sorry that you're upset, but like you can't have your way just because you're crying and screaming and throwing shit across the fucking room. You still have to. No, you still have to go to bed, or you still have to take a shower, or you still have to, relax now, or whatever it is. So, just helping them with their meltdowns by talking them through it and setting strict routines for bedtime, for wake up time, so your kids are getting enough sleep. And I really think not having a lot of screen time definitely makes my kids calmer. On days that I'm having poor mental health, I would honestly put them in front of the screen a little bit more, and I would notice my kids when it's time to tell them something. It's they're losing their minds. It's hard to change activities. And again, these are things that is not. I feel like when I'm saying it, I want people to know that this is not just for neurodivergent kids. This is like regular kids. Like screen time makes regular kids turn into zombies. There's scientific studies that show that kids who have overextended periods of screen time, their brains. You know what? I'm not even gonna say it because my manager told me not to say stuff if I don't know the exact.
No,
The
there's actually
exact thing.
studies on it that specifically that I bring up with my son, that the screen time, because it gives them all the visuals right there, it limits their creativity.
The
So that's something
creativity.
I have an issue with Chase. And what I noticed, like with your children, like they go outside. I remember Lavelle, he made the ant. What was it? He had the ladybug house and
Yes, yes,
everything. That's
yes.
like little stuff that Chase doesn't do because he's not
Right.
outside playing in
But
the
we used to do stuff like that because we
as
didn't have
kids.
screens like that.
Yeah,
But so we didn't have no other choice. And that's
exactly.
what they say when you allow your kids to be bored,
Hmm.
they get creative and they get curious.
Exactly.
And okay, you bored, go find something to mix. Go get a cup and some water and some dirt. See what floats to the top, see what sinks to the bottom. Like kids, that's literally how you learn. And I love that I don't have screen kids. They do have my son has a Switch, and I just recently started letting him use it more and more. We use it for like long drives, or if we're in the doctor's office and I need to, I need him to be calm so I can fill out paperwork or get my daughter checked or something. I use it for stuff like that, and I give them 1 to 2 hours a day of media time. So that can either be in the video games or that could be in TV. And if I bring them to Chuck E. Cheese, I don't allow him to play video games when we go home. That kind of counts as screen time. So if he did it beforehand, okay. But if we go to Chuck E. Cheese and then afterwards he's like, can I have like 30 more minutes of video game time? No, you just was at Chuck E. Cheese for an hour playing video games with lights in your face, and so I try not to do stuff like that. I feel like that understimulates you, and it makes like your kids like zombies too. It makes your kids like zombies. They look like they're like fucking drunk. Like when you try to get them off the TV. Hello, are you hungry? Like snapping at your kids. They can't. They're not focused. They're all on TV. So I don't. I try not to do that, and I feel like again that's for every kid. Also with food, I noticed a difference in my son's behavior and like willingness to take direction. Like he was unable to before. He was so hyper and so like squirmy when I was feeding him kind of anything stuff with more sugar and more dyes. Now I try to. I'm not saying I'm perfect, but I try to feed him zero sugar. Like we have Hershey's. Hershey has chocolate chip that's zero sugar. Fruit snacks and stuff. There's ones that have no dyes. Very low added sugar. There's mad snacks you can get with no sugar. So low sugar. I can't say zero all across the board, but I say very little sugar, no dyes, no processed food. So that just means to me that means stuff with simple ingredients. Like um, I try to bake my muffins from scratch or try to make my own bread. Sometimes I don't always get to, but when I don't, I get like simple multi-grain bread instead of like white bread that has all these bleached and like enriched ingredients and stuff. So just simpler ingredients, no soda. We don't eat snacks often. Like the snacks we eat is like frozen blueberries. Lots of fruits, lots of vegetables, lots of protein. My kids drink protein shakes or gain vegan protein shakes because we don't eat a lot of dairy, but like protein, like healthy. Like I'm making them eat healthy for their body to grow and their brain to grow. And sugars and dyes and processed food kind of like stunts your, it stunts your development, or it alters it, and it's unhealthy. And it affects neurodivergent children even more than it affects regular children. It causes them to have even less control, and being more overstimulated, by sensory issues and like bright lights and noises and crowds and materials and stuff like that. So, and yeah, so that's the things that I do. I have the sensory stuff in my house, for them to get out their energy, trampolines, all that stuff, arts and crafts. You have to keep them busy, keep their minds moving. It's a lot. It's a lot. You have to be busy yourself to be keeping them busy. But it's rewarding when your kids are able to get through. It's rewarding, honestly, because I have a lot of people be like, "Oh my God, your son's ADHD or your daughter's autistic." I don't think they are. I don't think they are. Or um I don't believe that you should get them rechecked or whatever. I'm like, they actually get reevaluated often. And also, people don't realize the only thing that you know of children on the spectrum is their meltdowns. That's the only thing people know, because that's what we see so often, because autistic children are so overstimulated by everything in the world. So we only know them as, oh, but your son, oh, your kids aren't always having meltdowns, or your kids are affectionate, or your kids are talking, or your kids are this, because you're talking about you're only talking about extreme situations, or you're seeing autistic children in bad moments. They have good moments as well. They have regular calm moments as well. And I'm very happy that my kids have beautiful, normal, healthy days. Like they have healthy playtime, healthy learning time. They eat healthy. They exercise. Like my kids are very I'm very blessed. Like my kids are extremely smart, and they fall very easily into having a routine of waking up, do learning time, doing physical time. We're making breakfast together, making lunch together, we're meal prepping on Sundays. Like they love the routine. They love the routine. And when I fall out of routine, when I'm not doing shit properly, is when my kids start having more outbursts and stuff like that. When their routine is being altered. So they thrive off of routine and healthy lifestyle. They definitely thrive off of that. I've had to advocate for them. I can't say them, just my son, because my daughter's still young. But my son in school, and I recently took him out of school. He's homeschooled now because I feel like he was getting in trouble a lot. And my son is not a bad kid, so it's not you. It's not my son. It's you. And I really do believe in believing in your children. You have to, because why is my 5-year-old being called to the principal's office? He's excited. Like he's a good kid. He's very smart, and that's what the teacher said. The teacher's like, oh, he's extremely smart, and we're gonna continue to try to challenge him. But they're trying to challenge him to sit still and shut up. Like I don't think children should have to sit still and shut up. I think that's fucking crazy to ask children to sit still and shut up all day. So school is not for us, public school. So my kids will be homeschooled indefinitely. And my son is thriving off of homeschool. He does an hour of like an online curriculum. We do extra math practice, extra science practice whenever he wants. Like he has different days. We'll do like math on we do math every day as well, but in his online curriculum. But we'll do a science experiment today, or today we'll do like a big arts and craft day. And he does his reading. He's writing practice every single day. He's learning to read. He's learning to write. He's learning to recognize the sounds and the words. Like he's doing everything he's supposed to be doing in his grade, at home, in the comfort of his own home, in small blocks. So you can have an hour of computer time, and then let's go run outside for an hour, and eat some sandwiches, and then do your writing practice for 30 minutes, and then you can go on your swing for 20 minutes, and then go play your video game for 30 minutes, and then he could come back and do 30 minutes of math. He's still fulfilling all the requirements, and he's able to be more flexible, and he doesn't get in trouble at home. He gets to do things on his own time, but it's also on a schedule that I have. Like we're doing things, fluctuating through playtime and learning time and eating time and like life skills. They help me cook and clean, like I said. So that's also teaching your kids practical skills that they're not gonna get in public school. They don't do home economics anymore. What else? What else did I want to talk about? I feel like I've heard before about expectations, adapting your expectations when it comes to special needs children. And I feel like that's crazy. Only thing you should expect from your children is for them to be good people and for them to want to constantly be better. And they learn that from you. You have to pour positivity into them for them to want to strive to do better and be better. So I only expect my kids to be, when they grow up, to be good people. I want them to be good people. I want them to be happy. Of course, I would love for them to be happy, successful, healthy, all these stuff, you know. But my expectations is for just them to be good people and for them to learn. I don't expect them to listen to me all the time. I don't expect them to do everything the way I tell them to do it. I don't expect them to be perfect or to write their letters perfect or to learn on everybody else's time. Like, you know, I just expect them to be good people, you know, make good decisions because this is the influence that I'm showing you. So I would hope that they would reflect that. And I feel like finding time for self care is very important as a parent of neurodivergent kids and regular kids. And self care, it makes you feel like a person. You need to feel like a person to continue to parent your kids healthy in a healthy mindset. In a healthy mindset, yes, you need to be taking care of yourself. And what has worked for me is teaching my kids to take care of themselves because then it normalizes mommy having self care time and it normalizes okay, everybody, we're gonna get our nails done, or it's time to take showers and lotion our body. So you go, then you go, then now mommy's gonna take her turn, and you can sit down and relax and let mommy have her time. So I normalize it by I normalize it by teaching them to do it for themselves. So when I do it, it's not something that they're losing their minds over me doing, but it's something I definitely have to remind myself to do, and I'm better for it when I do. I'm less overstimulated. You know, once I've eaten and I'm slept good and my hair is brushed and I feel good about myself and I smell good, you know. And I feel like other parents should not be nervous to get their children evaluated. If you feel like something is off, I use off as a term very lightly, but if you feel like something's off or you feel like something is a little different or somebody told you something, don't be offended by it. Like just get them evaluated. I don't think you should go through your pediatrician if your kids is earlier you're under 3, you should go through early intervention, and if they're over 3, you should go through CPSE and get your kids evaluated. That's it. It's a free service. And they'll say yes, we're gonna give you free services for them, or no, they're not eligible for free services. Either way, there's is no harm that's gonna be done for it. They're not gonna they're not gonna say, oh my god, your kid is this, we're locking them down and forcing them to take fucking Ritalin every day. Like, I don't know why people think that. Oh my God, your kids are labeled? That means that medicine is. My kids have never been taking medicine or offered medicine. It has never even been something mentioned. And I've always said that from the beginning. I'm not looking for no SSI check. I'm not looking for no fucking Ritalin. Um, if my kids are eligible for free services, I want them to get free services. It's free guided help from somebody who specializes in children whose brain work like my kid's brain. So yeah, don't fall into the stigma of autism and spectrum, and you know, get your kids evaluated and get them early intervention if they need it. Any kid can benefit from extra assistance through life. And yeah, this is a challenging journey. I feel blessed and honored to have been given my kids, so I never feel like I regret my kids in any way. I feel overwhelmed sometimes, stressed out and frustrated like any other person, and it's hard, but I my best advice and the best that I learned from this is to be organized. Organize your thoughts. Don't spend all day planning, but organize your thoughts. I like meal plans and like schedules, light schedules. Doesn't have to be like crazy blocks that you have to stick to, but like light schedules. Today we have errands to run for 4 hours, and then we're gonna come home and cook dinner together, and then we're gonna sit on the computer for it can be literally like that. Like my son can do his work at 6 p.m. at night if we had all day to run errands and do other shit, you know. But like set a plan, organize your thoughts. That's what this journey has taught me, to organize myself and to be patient with myself as well. and be patient with my children, and to continue to look for resources and read and learn about neurodivergence and learn about autism and learn about natural things that can help your kids, like routines and certain type of play and certain foods and certain teas and all this fucking natural shit. And yeah, just be healthy people. And that's it. That's all I gotta say. And make sure y'all follow us on TikTok, Instagram, and Patreon for the spicy shit. Thank you so much for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe to Kiss Mommy Goodnight on all platforms. Thank y'all.
Father, kiss mommy goodnight.
Ready to take your brand to the next level? At Good Problems Entertainment, we do more than just design. As marketing experts with deep brand strategy experience, we craft standout brands from the ground up. Our high-quality services, fast turnarounds, affordable rates, and 5-star reputation have earned the trust of businesses everywhere. Don't wait. Join the ranks of successful brands and visit us today at gpewebs.com.